Thompson, Barnes. Lillard guarding Green, tough matchup, rattle it home. Draymond Green flexing his muscles and a chance at a three-point play.
Game 2 is in the books. Perfect time for us to bring back a playoff tradition, the game rewind. But this time we're going to do it in video form. My bad for not starting this in the first round, but you know, life gets in the way. But we're here. We're going until June anyway because the Warriors won't be stopped. Maybe San Antonio might stop them. But either way, we're starting right now. And the very first one we got to declare is the MVP of Game 2. I know what you're thinking. Festus Ezeli had the game of his life and he's the MVP. But nope, the real MVP was Draymond Green. The Warriors won this game with defense and execution, and the center of that was Draymond. Whenever the Blazers tried to drive to the basket, he was there to shut that down. Whenever they needed a good executed play on offense, he was the center of attention. So, in my mind, they don't win this game without Draymond Green turning it up a notch. Next up, most disappointing player, or MDP. There's a few options out there. Anderson Varejao was not good, but I'm going to go with Maurice Spates. He had become a valuable member off the bench. He missed his 4 shots, didn't really shoot them well, didn't look like they were in rhythm, looked to be rushing them. And this is a matchup you would expect Maurice Spates to play well. Active bigs, tempo, pace. He's going to get his looks against a bad defense. They need him to shoot the ball well. Tonight he didn't, and if he's not shooting well, you got to wonder what he brings. Startling stat from Tuesday, plus 22. The Warriors outscored Portland 34-12 in the fourth quarter. That's their largest scoring margin in the fourth quarter of a playoff game since 1987. And you remember that game, that's when Sleepy Floyd became Superman, dropped 29 on the Lakers in the fourth quarter. They didn't get 29 in the fourth quarter from a player tonight, but they did get some great defense, held the Blazers to 12 points. 12 points in a playoff game. That was gangster. My favorite part of the game rewind, the coaching moves. I love watching what the coach does, the strategy behind it all. And I got 3 moves where Kerr, I think, really took this game over. Move number 1, the obvious one, he finally brought in Festus Ezeli. I don't know what he was waiting for, but everybody else was wondering the same thing. Where is Festus? Where is Festus? Well, in the third quarter, Steve finally went to Festus for the first time in this series. Changed the game. Festus was excellent on the pick and roll, giving Draymond Green a target to finish. He was excellent on pick and roll defense, staying with Damian Lillard, covering that, taking away that three-pointer by covering him up, and getting back to play defense in the paint. Coaching move number 2, Ian Clark. Yeah, I said it. Ian Clark. He jumped Brandon Rush in the rotation, and he turned out to be a pivotal player when the Warriors were struggling to get buckets. At one point, Ian Clark was the only player on the team that was plus in the plus-minus department. He made shots, he moved the ball, and when you think about it, the Warriors really held the tide when Ian Clark was in the game. Now, he didn't play that much in the fourth quarter, but if they don't get those key minutes from Ian Clark, they might not be in this game. My third coaching move that Steve Kerr made that kind of changed the tide of the game, put Draymond Green in the post. Most of the game, Draymond was running the offense from the top, and they were going to Harrison Barnes, Sean Livingston down low. They reverted it, though. Draymond Green started posting, and they were cutting off his post. Number 1, it took Klay from jacking up threes. Klay's now a cutter. Draymond Green could find him. Klay got to the free throw line. Number 2, what it did, it slowed Draymond down. He wasn't rushing. He wasn't driving from the top, trying to beat his man. He could take his time, survey the land, and make a good decision. Once Draymond Green kind of calmed himself down, took control of the game, everything changed, and that's because he went to the post. This game was full of runs, but the key sequence came midway through the fourth quarter. Klay Thompson came off a screen on the right wing and hit a 3. Finally, for the first time all night, the Warriors had a lead. But Damian Lillard came right back, drove into the lane, dished it right off to Mo Harkless for a layup. The Warriors' lead lasted very quickly. Short lead. The Warriors went right back down, and Sean Livingston, who had a rough night shooting the ball, dropped in a turnaround jumper. At that moment, you knew the Portland was not going to be able to hang. Quote of the night goes to Klay Thompson. After his post-game interview, he decided to shout out his little brother.
Anybody see Trace Thompson's home run tonight? Man, he hit that thing like It's 550 feet. That was unbelievable.
That's it for Game Rewind. See you after Game 3, Sunday in Portland. And it's Mother's Day, so I'll have a special shout out for my wife after the Warriors win because Steph Curry returned for Game 3. Yeah, I called it.